Now that's the T on that, and there goes that on that. Hi y'all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who may or may not already know, my name is Alex, aka Yellowberry.
Go ahead, I don't bite.
And for today's little segment, as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to tell you about the time when I had to sit down as the current girlfriend with my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. Y'all know my favorite saying in life is hindsight is always 20/20. So in hindsight, I'm just so disgusted that I even dealt with him. But you grow, you learn, and you just don't do it again. My ex was very weird. He was a Tumblr guy. As far as like our like mental intimacy, it was not there. Like we didn't have like deep conversations. We didn't have conversations about how we felt. Like I don't know how we were together. Like it was so stupid. And we were together for not a very long time, but we were together for a little minute. So what happened was one day my ex was at my house and we were I think we were like taking a nap or something. I don't remember. And I went through his phone and I seen that he was texting his ex. But mind you, this was not the first time I seen him texting her. This is not the second time. It's not the third time I seen them texting each other. Why did I stay? I don't know. Okay? I don't know. So I went through his phone and I'm seeing it talking about how when they used to have sex and this and that. And I'm just appalled. I am appalled. Because literally, this is his ex-girlfriend from like when they were teenagers, you know? And he was a little bit older than me at the time. So I just kind of felt like y'all didn't just break up last year or the year before that. So I'm just so confused as to why I even hold these kind of conversations. 1, 2, you have a girlfriend. This is very inappropriate. 3, let this bitch know who I am. Like, why you disrespecting me? Because if you disrespecting me, you're going to let somebody else disrespect me. And having that type of conversation is very disrespectful. So I remember vividly, I got off my bed. So say like I was laying on this side, he was laying on this side. I walked all the way around, kneeled down, got eye level with his sleeping beauty ass. Like, wake up. And I'm like, so you like fucking, huh? He's like, what? You like fucking, huh? What are you talking about? Yo, get the fuck out my house. I'm not doing this. Get the fuck out my house. He was like, what? Get the fuck out my house. Like, I didn't stutter. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna whatever. So he got up, whatever, he left. Before that all happened, I was tired of the shit, man. I was tired of the shit. So I remember I took down her email address and her phone number from his phone. And then that's when I walked around and told him to get the fuck out of my house. And for the next 2 days after that, I was really contemplating if I should call her or hit her up. Because like, I really wanted to know what's up. I remember after church, I was at my best friend's house. I'm on her bed. And I'm like, yo, should I call her? So my best friend is nothing like me. So she's just like, I guess. I'm like, I'm going to call her. So I call her and I'm like, hi, such and such. I'm going to call her Emily. I'm like, hi, Emily. This is Alex. I'm going to call him Escobar. This is Escobar's girlfriend. And she's like, who? I'm like, Escobar. She's like, Escobar. Oh, hi. I'm like, hi, I just came across some messages between you and he. I just want to know, you know, like, what was going on from woman to woman. She's like, wait, what? He has a girlfriend? I'm like, yeah. She was like, wow, like, I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay. But, like, you know, if there's a time and place that we can meet, like, I wouldn't have a conversation with you. So she was like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem, whatever. So we decided to meet at the local Dunkin' Donuts in my neighborhood, which come to find out she lived in my neighborhood. Like, what are the odds? What are the odds, okay? He's not from where I am, and as I said, they're older than me. They were like, if he was 2 or 3 years older than me, then she was like 3 or 4 years older than me. So her being in my neighborhood, like everybody over here grew up together, but at the same time, like she was way older than me. Like, that's neither here or there, but whatever. So we met up at our local Dunkin' Donuts, and we just chopped up the whole time. And this is why I say hindsight is 20/20, because I knew my ex was a pathological liar. But honey, I did not know the half, okay? Well, I did, but having the conversation with her solidified everything, like everything. So, of course, upon sitting down, she's complimenting my makeup, like, oh, girl, what foundation do you use, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, whatever. So then we get into the nitty-gritty now. So I'm just like, you know, I explained to her again, like, I went to his phone, I'm seeing these text messages, whatever. And she's like, I am so sorry. Like, I did not know. She's like, first of all, he and I don't have any kind of relation together. Like, we're literally, like, what did she say? Basically, she insinuated, like, that was just her first boyfriend. So, like, there was always that love in a way. Like, that connection as far as that. But she was like, nothing more, nothing less. Like, they don't hang out. They don't speak every day. Like, literally, like, they will hit each other up maybe holidays and every once in a blue moon. And I believed her because, as I said, like, I would see them texting each other hit or miss, but it was nothing ever. I mean, okay, some things would be a little far-fetched, but then it wasn't as if, like, they were speaking every day and, like, he was cheating on her with me, but you know what I'm saying? But the way he made things seem was that if he wanted her back, he could have her back, and the only reason they're not together is because of him, which was a complete lie. So she was just giving me the whole tea on everything, that basically she does not want him. She has not wanted him in years. So as we're sitting down talking and stuff like that, I bring it to her attention that, I think he's still in love with you and stuff like that. So she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, girl. This man is still in love with you. She was like, I don't even know how that's possible. Like, we literally don't speak. Like, besides the text messages that you saw, I have not spoken to him in, like, months. And then even before that has been more months. Like, we just more so check in on each other. Like, it's nothing, like, as he probably is making it seem. So I was caught off guard by that, because I'm like, bitch, I be seeing him up in his phone all the time. But whatever. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I've seen, like, pictures of you in his phone. She was like, are you serious? Like, those are pictures from when we were in college. And I was just like, yeah. She's like, oh my gosh. Like, I can tell she was very, like, ladylike. Like, she was very dainty. She was very, like, private and just very poised. Like, she wasn't out there. So I'm like, yeah. Like, she's like, oh my gosh. Like, pictures, like, what? Like, I'm like, you were in a bra before. She's like, are you serious? Why does he even still have those? I was like, I don't know. Like, I want to know why he still has them too. And then she was like, honestly, when you called me, you said you're Escobar's ex-girlfriend. I was so confused because, like, Escobar is the furthest person from my mind. Like, I'm in a whole other relationship with a man I've been with for, like, 3 years now. Like, I would never even be thinking that you being my ex's ex would be calling me on these kind of terms. And I was just like, oh, hello, yes, hi. Like, this is what it is. So I was just telling her everything, and then let me tell y'all one big lie this man told me. So from the time that he and I first met, talking about off the introduction, hello, hi, my name is Alex, hi, nice to meet you, my name is Escobar, cool, where you from? Brooklyn? Oh, me too, but I live in Philly. Oh, nice, whatever, that type of conversation. I remember he told me that he's basketball for a private college and that he had a full ride scholarship to that school. So prior to meeting her, like, I'm talking about, like, in months before, while I was in my relationship with him, I would always tell him that I would want to come up to see his games and stuff like that. And he always gave me a runaround, but, like, I didn't think anything of it. So one day I'm on the phone with my friend, and she's like, yo, look up his stats. Like, maybe you try to pop up on him and surprise him at one of his home games. I'm like, yo, that is a great idea. So I typed in his name in Google. Nothing. Like nothing. Dust. Okay? No existence. And if you are an athlete and you play in any kind of sports and you're a part of whatever, your name is going to pop up. Even if you freaking played the sport in kindergarten, your name will pop up along with your picture. Nothing. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. Still give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, I search his school, I go on his school's website, look at the team. His picture is nowhere to be found. Like, non-existent, okay? The crazier part is, I remember he sent me a picture of himself in his basketball jersey. Okay, his basketball jersey that he sent me was green with white letters. I go on his school website. Their jerseys are burgundy and gold. This nigga was never on the basketball team. Now, as I said, hindsight is 20/20. So now when I'm talking to the ex-girlfriend Emily, I'm telling her all this stuff. I'm like, it's so weird because, I just told her everything I told y'all. And she's like, what? He never had a scholarship for basketball. I was like, what? She's like, he was never on the basketball team. Like, he would always, basically, he was like the water boy for them. Like, he would play in like intramurals and stuff like that, but he was never part of the basketball team. He never had a scholarship to the for the school. They never gave him a free scholarship. He never had a scholarship. And in fact, their freshman year, he didn't even finish out in its entirety because his mother took him out the first semester because she couldn't afford it, because as I said, it was a private college. I was taken aback because here I am. I met this boy. Okay, so when I met him, he was 22, 23. So you should probably be out of college around this time. But he was in college on a full ride scholarship. And basically, when you're a freshman, you're 18, 19. So this boy has been out of this so-called school that he's in for 18, 19, 20, for 4 years now. And here you are meeting me 4 years later, telling me that you go to this school and have a full ride scholarship, and you know damn well you do not. Like, what? So this girl was hysterical. Like, girl, he is a liar. He never, ever. And I'm like, ever? Like, never, ever? She said, girl, never. Okay? Never. Of course, at this point, I'm just embarrassed because I'm just like, okay, you're the ex-girlfriend, so you're out of the situation with him. But here I am with a man who still is living in his past, but not even in his past because he's living in a lie. Like, what is wrong with you? Mind you, the whole time I believed I was dating a basketball player and he was going to a certain school. The whole entire time I believed this. Ooh, how about, I forgot to mention, once I went to, because he lived in Philly with his grandmother. And as I said, his school was in Philly. Well, maybe I didn't say that, but whatever. His school was in Philly. So I had rummaged through his things while I was in Philly. And he was out with his friend. I know. Shame on me, but whatever. So I rummaged through his things and I was like reading papers and I came across a transcript that was from a community college in Pennsylvania. So that already had raised red flags for me. I'm like, okay, you say you go to this school, but then you go to, I'm seeing a transcript that is recent, that is within this year for another school. But as I said, I rummaged through his things, so how do I bring that up to him, you know? Like, that's just... Sometimes when you go snooping for things, you find them, but you cannot, you know, you can't say anything because then now you look crazy. So then when she told me that their freshman year he was actually pulled from the school because he couldn't afford it, it made sense to me that then why now he was going to another school. But then still, to me, it made no sense because I'm just like, but how did this whole time, from the time that we met, you told me you go to this school and you have a full ride scholarship? Like, why would you lie to someone? That's freaking crazy. That is psychoticism. Another lie that he told me was that he had his license and that he knows how to drive. Who lies about stuff like that? I don't know. I meet all the crazies, okay? So I remember vividly, my best friend Jade, and her man, we decided to go to Dorney Park. And I hate driving long distances, but I think I was the only one with a car at that time because something happened to my friend's man's car. But whatever, so I had my friend's man drive because my man claimed to have a license, but he never liked driving, and it was freaking weird. Like, he was just so whatever. So I remember Jade's man was driving, and my car, there's something wrong with my transmission, so like every time you would accelerate, it would like jerk back, and then I don't know how to explain it, but it was doing something stupid. So my friend's man was telling me, like, yo, like, your car is whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I know, I gotta get it fixed. So then my boyfriend told me about yeah, I felt that shit last night when I was driving. So I was like, huh? Because the night before, I had spent the night at his house because we were leaving early to go to Dorney Park. So I'm like, when did you drive my car? He has never driven my car. Even times when I don't want to drive, I'm like, yo, babe, can you just take the wheel? He'd be like, nah, you drive, I don't feel like driving. So now this is news to me that while I was asleep, you took my car. So he's like, yeah, I took the car. I'm like, when the hell did you take the car? He's like, oh, I went to go get some McDonald's, and I took the car. And I'm like, when did you get McDonald's? Like, I am so confused. He's like, yo, I went to get McDonald's last night. You was asleep. Like, now he's getting mad at me because I'm trying to figure out, one, you stole my car. Like, that is Grand Theft Auto. What do you mean? I have all right to question you and be upset because, what the fuck? When did you take my car? So now I need to tell y'all how I found out the man was lying about his license, which made me realize that he was lying about this story about taking my car. So that same trip where I told you I rummaged through his things when we were in Philly, we had to go to DMV because he had to renew his license. So now we're at the DMV and like he's filling out his papers and stuff like that. And I'm not the type to sit there and like look over what you're doing. So I didn't really like, I seen him check something, but like just because I was like looking around and stuff like that. And it kind of raised suspicions because I think it said like permit. And then he would keep saying something along, like when he was talking to the clerk, he was like, you have to renew my permit. So I'm like, babe, but you have a license. Like, I'm like the airhead clueless girl. He's like, yeah, I know, babe, but out here they call it permit license, like the same thing. So I'm just like, no, they don't. But why would I think he's lying? Because, you know, my man Ben told me he know how to drive and whatever, whatever. So why would I think he's lying? I'm like, all right, whatever. That goes over my head. So now we're sitting down waiting for his number to be called. And he, I think he showed like one of the clerks, I think they were walking around to see, I don't remember, but he showed them his permit. But the way he was holding it was so weird. So, like, you know, sometimes like your permits would be like, it'll be in this position. He was holding it like this, like, you know, at the top it'll say like license or permit. So he was holding it in a way that they, like, I couldn't, I don't know who the hell he was hiding it from, me or them, but he was holding it like this. And I peeped, so I'm just like, I don't know, nigga being weird again. So I didn't think nothing of it. Or I didn't say nothing about it. And then, I think I was like joking with him trying to see his picture and I pulled it from his hand and I seen the shit said permit. So that's when I questioned it, like, yo, why does your thing say permit? He's like, yo, it just does, like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like, he starts getting upset with me. Like, yo, I just want to know. I am very inquisitive. Like, if I have a question, I'm going to ask, especially if it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I didn't think that he had anything to lie about, so I didn't think he was lying. But I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, you say you got a license, why are you renewing your permit? Because I have my license and I haven't seen my permit since I got my license. So whatever. It dawned on me, like, yo, this nigga does not have his license and he does not know how to drive and he's nuts. And the gag of all gags is, one time I caught him talking to another girl from Tumblr, the girl he never met before. He was so fucking weird, oh my gosh. A girl he never met before. And they were texting and he had her number saved as her Tumblr name. And he's like, yeah, I'm driving down from Philly right now to New York. I'm pushing 90 down the Lincoln Tunnel right now. And I'm like, why are you lying to this girl? You do not know how to drive, let alone do you have a car. You are on Greyhound's bus riding 40 miles per hour, sir. Stop lying to this young girl. And you have a girlfriend. Like, what do you, like, oh, he was just so, I remember there was a time he lied to my parents. Okay? I don't care if you lied to me. I care, but like, don't bring that shit to my family. That is ridiculous. His birthday and my niece's birthday were like, they were like 2-3 days apart from each other. So I was like, you know, since we're gonna cut a cake for my niece, we should like include him in it as well because he'll be there. So we're saying our happy birthday, we're cutting the cake now, and my family's like, oh, how old are you turning? So as I said, he's about 2-3 years older than me at that time. So if I was 18, he was like 22, 23, or 23, 24. I don't remember. He gonna motherfucking tell my parents he's turning, like, say he was turning 24, he's gonna tell my parents he's turning 22. I just looked at him. I'm like, this is where we draw a line. Like, what are you doing? So I questioned him on it. Like, of course, when everybody was going away, because now you're embarrassing me. Like, I don't lie to my family. Like, I'm not a liar. And I just feel like they know, like, I didn't hide the fact that, you know, you have a couple of years on me. Why would you lie to my family? And, like, I was so flabbergasted. So I was like, yo, why'd you lie? And he's like, come on, I don't know, I just lied. Like, okay, I just told him that. And I'm like, why? Like, niggas cut a whole cake for you. The least you could do is tell them how old you're turning. Like, bro, I was pissed. Like, I was so freaking mad. And lastly, because I'm getting so annoyed of talking about this dude already, because I've just come such a long way from then. But anyway, I remember when he and I first started talking, he was talking to another girl that we worked. I met him at my job. So he was talking to another girl that worked with us. And I've been the same way since always. Listen, if you talk to somebody else, just let me know so I can know my position. I can play it well. And, you know, at the end of the day, if y'all not together, it has something to do with me. The same way if I'm talking to somebody, it shouldn't have anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying? But give me that respect and give me that option to say whether I want to talk to you or not. You know? Just be honest. So, So we worked at a summer camp, and pretty much I had a girl that I was like rivals with the entire summer over him. Because from my understanding, they weren't talking, they weren't dealing, nothing. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, she been moving kind of funny with me, like, is it something I need to know? So he's always telling me no. Mind you, this is the entire summer. I'm talking from like late May till September when she called me and told me that they've been talking the whole time. She had plans on visiting his school, same school that he claimed that he went to and has a full ride scholarship for. So she and I ended up having a full conversation, basically talking about everything that transpired over the summer, why we hated each other and stuff like that. And she basically just explained to me, she's like, yeah, I asked him about you. He said he does not deal with you. He does not talk to you. But it was what made it so believable, why I believed he didn't talk to her, is because we would be at parties together with like all our coworkers, and he would be literally all over me. If she would come in the spot, he would like say hello to her, of course, but then he'll still stick with me the whole night, be in my face the whole night, be around me and my friends the whole night. And I just feel like as the other girl, if I saw that, I wouldn't believe that he doesn't talk to me. But I'm gonna believe he does not talk to you because, girl, as I said, once my face is here, you're not even a thought. And then she was just telling me everything, like how they were dealing, like they was dealing, okay? She's been to his house before. She's been around his little brother. She's been to his cook. She's been to, oh, that part hit a bitch hard, okay? She's been to a family cookout. I'm like, bitch, I was with him all summer. How did you get to a family cookout? Like, what? I'm so confused. Like, it was a hot ass mess dealing with that guy. Like, he literally gave me PTSD. Like, I'm lying. There's another liar that I've dated who gave me PTSD, but that's for another story time. But I just couldn't believe it. But with everything that, all the examples I gave you guys, I can tell that something was deeply rooted and wrong with him. Because how the hell do you just lie to somebody off the introduction? Like, yeah, hey, my name is Escobar. Like, I remember when I like blasted everything to him after I met up with the ex-girlfriend, and I had to ask him, like, yo, is your name even what it is? And he was like, are you being serious? Yes, like, you're literally a liar. You've lied to me for years about nothing. Like, just things that I wouldn't even think to question you about, because who lies about that? Like, having a freaking license. Like, I drive. I could just teach you how to drive. It's not that big of a deal to me. But whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. I hope you learned something. Ladies, if there are plenty red flags, run the other way, okay? If you've caught him in more than one lie, he's a liar. That's that on that. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.